Hello guys. So in this session we are going to learn how to send Java Maven app logs to Elastic Stack. So let's start. So first of all, here I mentioned some prerequisites. So first of all, we need this AWS account with Ubuntu 24.04 LTS EC2 instance. Then we need at least 2 CPU cores and 4 GB RAM for smooth performance. And then after that, we need a Java and Maven installed. Okay. So let's start to send Java Maven app logs to Elastic Stacks. Okay. So the first step is let's setting up Ubuntu EC2 instance. Okay. So before we start, ensure that your system is already with the necessary tools that we need Java, Maven, Elastic Stack like Elasticsearch, Kibana, and Filebed. Okay. So if you don't have, then we are going to install it. Okay, so let's start. So first of all, let's update the system package. Okay, so first of all, we need Ubuntu instance. So as you can see here, I successfully launched Ubuntu instance, and here I have successfully connected to my terminal. Okay, so first of all, let's update the system package. So run the command sudo apt update. Then after that, we are going to install OpenJDK 17, which is required to build and run the Java applications. Okay. So now as you can see, it's updating our system package. Okay, it's done. Then after that, let's install this OpenJDK 17, which is required to build, run the Java application. Okay, it's done. And then let's check the next step. Now the next step is Maven is build automation tool used for Java project. So we need to install this Maven using the following command: sudo apt install maven -y. Okay, it's done. So we have successfully installed Java as well as Maven. Now it's time to check next step. Now the next step is let's creating a Java application with Maven. So now that environment is set up, so let's create a simple Java application using Maven. So first of all, we need to create a directory and navigate into it. So let's create a directory with the name my Java app. So let's inside this my Java app. Okay. Then now the next step is let's use the Maven archetype to generate a basic Java project. Okay, so let's generate using this mvn command. So as you can see, you will see the build success message like below. You can see build success. Okay. Now let's navigate to the project directory. Now if I run the ls command, so the directory is my app. After run this Maven command. So let's inside the my app and let me clear screen first. Okay. Okay. In this, as you can see, there is a files. Okay. So now after that, Now let's check the third step. Now the third step is configuring the Java application. So in this configuring Java application, you can see first of all, let's open the pom.xml file and adds dependency for this ESLF4j, okay, and log back. So and also for configure the Maven plugins for building the project. So if I run the ls command, as you can see, there is a file pom.xml. So let's inside the pom.xml file and let's modify. You can see, let's add some data. You can see, right? Okay. So here's the pom.xml file. Okay. So as you can see in this file, these are pom.xml file, right? Okay. So let's scroll down here. First of all, you can see the URL and dependencies, right? Then artifacts. Okay. So here you need to add this file data here. Let's scroll down. This scope and dependencies, right? So let's enter, sorry, right. In this section, that dependency, right? Here we need to add this file from here. To close it. Okay. So let's add here. Okay, so let's check for once. Sorry, sorry, wait. First of all, let's open the pom.xml file, right? That's our pom.xml file. Okay, so I'm going to remove this. That's our pom.xml file. So first of all, I'm going to remove this pom.xml file that we have made changes. Okay, first of all, just a second. Okay, that's a pom.xml file, right? Okay, now let's make the changes here. Okay, so first of all, the changes is here. So first of all, the changes, as you can see here, first of all, the dependency, right? So from dependencies to dependency. Okay, so let's save the file and paste here. Dependencies to dependencies. Okay. Then after that, let's enter. And after that dependencies, here, let's start these properties. Paste here. So I'm going to do this project. Okay. Now it's done. Okay. Okay. So let's check the files. Okay, so first of all, as you can see here, project. So here the project metadata, right? So here you can see defines project information like group ID, artifacts, version, packaging, name, URL. Okay, so like this project is named by my app and will be packaged as a jar. Okay, then as you can see the dependencies. Okay, so in this for your JUnit like unit testing, okay, and ESLF4J applications like a logging, right, like log back, okay, then compiler properties, build configuration, Maven assembly plugins, and so on. The details in these dependencies, okay. So that's our pom.xml file. You can see the source and the version and so on. Okay. Now let's save the file and exit. Okay, it's done. Okay. Then the next is, okay. Now the next is, let's open the app.java file. So let's open this file is in source dot, sorry, src folder. So let's open this file. And in this file, as you can see, so we need to replace this content of src main java, that example app.java, right? This is our location, right? You can see src main java com example app.java with the this code. Okay, so let's replace this with this code. So first of all, I'm going to remove this. Let's replace with this. So as you can see, first of all, logging setups. Okay, then HTTP server initialization. That's create the HTTP server on port 8080, right? Using the HTTP server dot create and defines the request handle for the root path. Then request handling and login retrieves. Okay, then responding handling, then server execution, and so on in this file. Okay, let's save the file. Okay, now it's done. Now the next step is, okay, now the next is, let's create a resource directory and add a lookback configuration file. So let's create this using mkdir folder. Okay, and then after that, let's create this logback.xml in this directory. If I run the ls command, as you can see in this source, right? Okay, in this source directory that we have created, right? Okay, source main. Okay, so let's open and create the logback.xml file into this. And in this file, we need to add this data. Okay, so first of all, as you can see your configuration, then appender and pattern and so on. So first of all, console appender. Okay, so here logs message to the console, use the pattern format like timestamp, log level, log name, message, right? Then example log output like date and timing. Okay, then com.xml app like server started port number 8080. Then file appender, right? So logs message to the files like path logs, myapp.log. Then use the same log format as the console appender. Then root logger configuration like log level, right? Information log message of the level, information and higher, warn and errors. Then output log to the both console and file. As you can see, right? Okay. Then let's save the file. Okay. Then now after saving this file, let's move to the next step. Now the next step is here, build the application. Okay. So use Maven to build the project and create a jar file. So the command is mvn clean package. Now after that you will see the build success message. As you can see, build success. Okay. Then after that, let's move to the next step. Now the next step is setting up Elasticsearch for log monitoring. So now that the Java application is running and generating logs, so let's set up the Elastic Stack to monitor these logs. Okay, so first of all, let's import the Elasticsearch GPG keys. Then next is add the Elasticsearch repository. Then next is let's update the system package. And now it's time to install Elasticsearch using the following command sudo apt install -y Elasticsearch. So it takes few seconds to install, as you can see. So we need to wait for this. As you can see, we need 648 MB, and you can see now it's almost done. 50% it's done. Okay, so as you can see, it's done. So the version of Elasticsearch is 8.18.0. That's the latest version of Elasticsearch. So we have successfully installed Elasticsearch. Okay, it's done. Okay, now after that, the next step is let's modify the configuration file of Elasticsearch. So let's edit the configuration file. And in this configuration file, there is three changes. So first of all, let's go to the network. And here, let's uncomment this network host and replace this IP with 0.0.0.0. That means any IP can access. Okay, 0.0.0.0. The next is let's go to the discovery here. Discovery seats host. So let's remove the host 1 and host 2. And let's uncomment this discovery receipts host. Then let's go to security. And here this expect security enable true replace with false. Okay, that's it. Let's save and exit. Okay. And as you know, after changes any configuration file, we need to restart or start our server, right? So let's enable the Elasticsearch first, and then let's start the Elasticsearch. So it takes few seconds to start. After starting, let's check the status of Elasticsearch and ensure it is running or not. Okay, let's check the status. As you can see, it's active running. Okay, that means you have successfully installed Elasticsearch. Okay, then after that, let's send the GET request to check if Elasticsearch is running and responding. If successful, you should see the JSON response with the cluster information. So let's check in this terminal. As you can see, it's done. And if you want to access in browser, then you can access using the using the IP. Okay, so let's hit on browser, and as you know, Elasticsearch port number is 9200. As you can see, okay, it's done. Now it's time to install Kibana. So Kibana provides visualization for Elasticsearch data. So let's install Kibana on the system. So the command is sudo apt install -y Kibana. So it's installing Kibana. So let's wait for a few seconds. As you can see, it's almost done. We need 361 MB for Kibana. So it's done almost. Yeah, it's done. So as you can see, unpacking Kibana, the version of Kibana is 8.18.0. That's the latest version of Kibana. Yeah. So as you can see, it's done. Okay, so we have successfully installed Kibana also. Now it's time to configure, modify the configuration file, right? So let's edit the configuration file using Nano Editor. And here we need to make some changes. So first of all, here server port, uncomment this server port because Kibana's port number is 5601. Then uncomment this server host and replace this local host with 0.0.0.0. 0.0.0.0. Okay. Then let's scroll down and here the Elasticsearch host uncomment this. Okay. Now let's save the file and exit. And as you know, after changes any configuration file, we need to enable this. Then we need to start. We need to check the status. So you can see it's active running. Okay. It's done. We have successfully installed Elasticsearch as well as Kibana. Now let's access this Kibana into browser. So let's copy the instance IP and hit on browser. and Kibana port number is 5601. So as you can see, it's loading Elastic. You can see the Kibana dashboard. Okay, so as you can see the Kibana dashboard. Okay, okay. Now after that, let's here Firebit collects and forwards logs data to Elasticsearch or Logstash. So we need to install Firebit on the system. So let's install the Firebit. So the command is sudo apt install -y Firebit. So it's installing Firebit. Okay. Then after that here, let's edit this Firebit configuration file. And as you can see, first of all here, the logs here type is log. As you can see, the type is file string. We need to replace with log. Then after that, here as you can see this ID, my file string, we need to comment this line. Then this enable false replace with true. Okay. Then path. As you can see the path. So I'm going to remove this and set like that. Home Ubuntu my Java app, my app logs, my app dot log. Okay. So as you can see here, we change the type of log and change enable true from false. Also comment this ID, my file stream ID, and give the path to our custom log files. Now let's save the file and exit. Okay. Then after that, let's test the configuration using sudo firebit test config command. So as you can see config okay. And then let's apply the firebit setup changes. As you can see, it's loading dashboard, right? So it's loading dashboard. So wait for a few seconds. It takes few seconds to finish this. So wait for a few seconds. It's almost done. Okay, it's done. After that, let's enable the file bit. And then let's start the file bit and let's check the status of it. Okay, it's active running. After that, now let's ensure the Elasticsearch is receiving data from file bit by checking this. So let's run this command. Okay, as you can see, it's data, right? You can see the data that receiving data from file bit. Okay. Then next is, let's go to the next step that run the application. So execute jar file to start the application. Okay. So here, let's execute this jar file using the following command: java jar target my app. Okay, dependency jar. So let's run this command. And now let's open a browser to run these applications. So enter your IP and the port number is 8080. So the IP here and it on browser and the port number is 8080. So as you can see the message, the image hello world, right? So the logs will be written to both the console and the logs my app.log file. Okay. Now, okay, you can see send response hello world. You can see, right? The URL that you can see that we have access 13.233.24751. You can see from and the send request hello world. Okay. Now after that we need to check if you want to check the logs myapp.log, then you can check also this. Okay. Now let's visualize the logs in Kibana. Okay. So let's go to the Kibana here. Let's inside this add integrations. Sorry. Sorry. Let's enter the my own. Okay. After that, that's our Kibana. So enter first, it's my own. Okay. Then click on this and let's scroll down and as you can see the logs. So as you can see the logs, so Kibana display the logs data from the last 15 minutes and visualize as histogram along with the individual logs message below. Okay, and you may need to adjust the time range. Okay, so you can see here the logs. Okay, so that's it. And here, as I told you, this log will be written with the both console and the logs myapp.log file. If you want to check, so first of all, I'm going to open here and let's enter the command get logs and in this myapp.logs. So as you can see here also, that's the same message from here and here also in this file, right? Okay, so that's it. So in this session, we have learned how to send Java Maven app logs to Elastic Stack. So thank you for watching and I hope you understand.